In this video, you will learn how to find the volume and the surface area of a cube and a cuboid, the metric system, how to find the square root and the cube root, and volume flow rate. The topic is about volume of solids and liquids. Volume is the quantity of three-dimensional space enclosed by a closed surface. For example, the space that a substance contains. What's the difference between capacity and the volume? Capacity is the amount of liquid a container can hold. So we measure the capacity of anything which can hold something else. For example, a carton of milk can have a capacity of 1 liter. How about the volume? Volume is how much space an object takes up. It includes solid, liquids, and gases. So if you are blowing up a balloon, you are increasing the volume of gas. This is a rectangle. How to get the area of a rectangle? To find the area of a rectangle, multiply the length by the breadth. So as we can see over here, the length is 9 cm and the breadth is 4 cm. So the area is 9 cm times 4 cm is 36 square cm. Next, the area of a rectangle is 54 square cm. Its length is 9 cm. What is its breadth? So 54 divided by 9 is 6 cm. Next to last, the area of a rectangle is 60 square cm and then its breadth is 6 cm. What's its length? So 60 divided by 6 is 10 cm. This is a square. A square has 4 equal sides. How to get the area of a square? Is side times side or side square. Or in other words, the area of a square is the product of the length of each side with itself. How to get the length of a square? Find the square root of the area. So for example, over here, there is a square has one side of 5 cm. Find its area. So side times side. 5 cm times 5 cm equals to 25 square cm. How about the area of a square is 49 square cm? What's the length of its sides? So to get the length is find the square root of the area. The square root of 49 is 7. Why 7? Because as we know that 7 squared means 7 times 7 equals to 49. Now we move on to the volume of a cuboid. Volume of a cuboid is equal to the product of length, breadth, and height. How to get the length? Is volume divided by breadth times height. How to get the breadth? Is volume divided by length times height. And how to get the height? Is volume divided by length times breadth. So for example, over here, a cuboid measures 10 cm by 4 cm by 5 cm. Find its volume. So the volume is 10 cm times 4 cm times 5 cm is equal to 200 cubic cm. The result is in cubic cm because we have multiplied cm's together 3 times. It also works out the same like this. 4 cm times 5 cm times 10 cm is equal to 200 cubic cm. Remember that it doesn't really matter which one is length, breadth or height, so long as you multiply all 3. In this question, we're going to learn about how to solve problems where the volume is known but another dimension is unknown. So for example here, the volume is 330 cubic cm and the length is 6 cm, the breadth is 5 cm. What is its height? So what multiplied by 6 and 5 gives us 330. So to get the height equals to 11 cm. Next, the volume is 980 cubic cm and then the breadth is unknown. The length is 10 cm and then the height is 7 cm. So to get the breadth over here is 980 divided by 10 times 7 equals to 14 cm. This is a cube. How to get the volume of a cube? It's h times h times h, or h cubed. How to get the h of a cube? Find the cube root of its volume. So for example, find the volume of a cube of h 5 cm. So 5 cubed. This means 5 cm times 5 cm times 5 cm equals to 125 cubic cm. Next, the volume of a cube is 5,832 cubic cm. What is its base area? So first, we should find the length of one edge of the cube. So to get the length is find the cube root of its volume. The cube root of 5,832 is 18 cm. The question is, find the base area. The base is in form of a square. To get the area of a square is length times length. So 18 cm times 18 cm equals to 324 square cm. Take a look to the green. The green is the base area of a cuboid. The base is the bottom of a three-dimensional object. Remember that to get the volume of a cuboid is length times breadth times height. Or another way is volume equals to base area times height. Take a look over here. The base of the cuboid consists of the length and the breadth. So to get the base area is volume divided by the height. How to get the height? Volume divided by the base area. The volume of a cuboid with a square base is 5,880 cubic cm. Its height is 30 cm. Find the length of one side of the square base. Remember that to get the volume is base area times height. As we know that the volume is 5,880, its height is 30 cm. So first, we should find the base area. So 5,880 divided by 30 is equal to 196 square cm. And then the question is asking, find the length of one side of the square base. The base is a square. To get the area of a square is length times length. Then how to get the length? Find the square root of the area. The square root of 196 is 14 cm. A rectangular block has a volume of 117 cubic cm. The area of the square face is 9 square cm. What's the length of the block? So please take a look over here. This is a cuboid. This is the length. This is the breadth. And this is the height. The area of the shaded face consists of its breadth and its height. Or in other words, we can write to get the volume is length times the area of the shaded face. The volume is 117 cubic cm, while the area of the square face or the shaded face is 9 square cm. Then to get the length of the block is 117 divided by 9 equals to 13 cm. Metric conversions ladder method. The metric system is a system of measurement that uses the meter, liter and gram as the base units of length, volume and mass respectively. As you go down the steps, multiply by 10. And then as you go up the steps, you divide by 10. Or, for every step up the staircase, move the decimal point to the left. And then for every step down the staircase, move the decimal point to the right. For example, convert 4 km to meters. Starting point is km. And then the ending point is meters. So we should go down the steps. How many times? 1, 2, 3 steps. 3 steps. means that you will multiply by 1000. So 4 times 1000 is equal to 4000 liters. Or another way, remember that for every step down the staircase, move the decimal point to the right. How many times? 3 times to the right. 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 4000 meters. Next, how to convert from 25 cm to dm. This is cm and then this is dm. So means that you go up the steps. How many times? Just one time. So means you will divide it by 10. So 25 divided by 10 is 2.5 dm. Or another way, for every step up, move the decimal point to the left. How many times? One time. So the answer is 2.5 dm. Unit of volume. Talking about the SI unit of volume, it is measured in cubic meter. Volume is the amount of space an object takes up. And then the base unit of volume in the metric system is the liter. A liter is the volume of a cube 10 cm on each side. So the volume of this cube is 10 cm times 10 cm times 10 cm equals to 1000 cubic cm. And then remember that 1 cubic dm is equal to 1 liter. And then 1 cubic cm or 1 cc is equal to 1 milliliter. And then if you want to convert from liter to cubic cm, remember that 1 liter is the same as 1 cubic dm. So if you want to convert it to cubic cm, means you should go down one step. Means you should multiply by 1000. So 1 liter is equal to 1000 cubic cm. And then 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliters. And then if you want to convert from cubic meters to milliliter, so 1 cubic meter is equal to 1 million milliliters. The capacity of a rectangle tank is 2.7 liters. The base area of the tank is 300 square cm. Find the height of the tank. How can we write the capacity of the tank to make the given units consistent? Remember that 1 liter is 1000 cubic cm. So 2.7 liters equals to 2700 cubic cm. Then how to get the height of the tank? The capacity is base area times height. The base area is 300 square cm and the capacity is 2700 cubic cm. Then to get the height, 2700 divided by 300 is 9 cm. The breadth of a rectangle tank was 2/3 its length. The tank was filled with 3000 cubic cm of water to a height of 20 cm. Find the length of the tank. Remember, to get the volume is base area times height. The volume is 3000 cubic cm. The height is 20 cm. How to get the base area? It's 3000 divided by 20 equals to 150 square cm. And then the ratio between the breadth and the length of the tank. 2 units for the breadth and 3 units for the length. So, breadth times length equals to 6 units. The base area is 150 square cm. How to get 1 unit? 150 divided by 6 equals to 25. Remember, 25 is the base area. This is a square. So to get the length of the tank would be find the square root of 25 equals to 5 cm. A rectangular tank measuring 24 cm by 20 cm by 14 cm contains 3.84 liters of water. A. Find the height of water level. B. How much more water is needed to fill the tank completely? Give your answer in liters and milliliters. First,
we should convert 3.84 liters into cubic cm. Remember, 1 liter is 1000 cubic cm. And 1 cubic cm equals to 1 milliliter. So 3.84 liters equals 3840 cubic cm. To get the volume is length times breadth times height of the water. The volume is 3840, the length is 24, the breadth is 20. How to get the height of the water level? So 3840 divided by 24 times 20 equals to 8 cm. Question B. How much more water is needed to fill the tank completely? First, we should find the capacity. To get the capacity is length times breadth times the height of the tank. So 24 times 20 times 14 equals to 6720 cubic cm. Minus with the volume 3840 cubic cm. So the difference between them is 2880 cubic cm, or 2 liters 880 milliliters. Another way to find the answer of question B. We should find the difference between the height of tank and the height of the water level. So the height of the tank is 14. The height of the water level is 8 cm. So 14 minus 8 is 6. So how much more water is needed to fill the tank completely? 24 times 20 times 6 equals to 2880 cubic cm. The base of an empty rectangle tank measures 50 cm by 40 cm. The tank is filled with water up to a quarter of its height. The volume of water in the tank is 52 liters. What is the height of the tank? There are two ways to solve the question. So first, to get the volume is length times breadth times height. So the volume is 52 liters or 52,000 cubic cm. The length is 50 and the breadth is 40. Then to get the height of the water level is 52,000 divided by 50 times 40 equals to 26 cm. So 1 unit equals to 26 cm. Then to get the height of the tank is 4 units. So 4 times 26 equals to 104 cm. Another way to solve the question. Look over here. The tank is filled with water up to a quarter of its height. 1 out of 4. The top number, this is the volume. The bottom number, this is the capacity. So the volume equals to 1 unit. This is 52,000 cubic cm. Then how to get the capacity? The capacity is 4 units. So 4 times 52,000 equals to 108,000. To get the capacity is length times breadth times the height of the tank. The capacity is 208,000, the length is 50, the breadth is 40. So to get the height of the tank is 208,000 divided by 50 times 40 equals to 104 cm. Exponent is also called index or power. So 8 is the base number. The exponent of a number says how many times to use the number in the multiplication. So for example here, in 8 squared. The 2 says to use 8 twice in a multiplication. So 8 times 8 equals to 64. In words, 8 squared could be called 8 to the power 2 or 8 to the second power. Some more example. This is 5 cubed. 5 times 5 times 5 equals to 125. In words, 5 to the third power, 5 to the power 3, or simply 5 cubed. Another example. 2 to the fourth power, or 2 to the power 4, or 2 to the fourth, equals to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 equals to 16. And then some people use the caret symbol. So for example, this is the same as 2 to the fourth equals to 16. How to square a number? We can square a number by multiplying it by itself. For example, what is 3 squared? 3 squared equals 9. Squared is often written as a little 2 like this. The little 2 says the number appears twice in multiplying. 3 squared, 3 times 3 equals 9. 6 squared equals 36. 9 squared equals 81. How about the square roots? A square root of a number is a value that can be multiplied by itself to give the original number. 3 squared is 9. So square root of 9 is 3. Why? Because when 3 is multiplied by itself, we get 9. The square root of 3600 is 60. Why? Because 6 times 6 equals 36. So 60 times 60 equals 3600. This is the square root symbol. It is called the radical. This is the special symbol that means square root. The square root of 25 equals 5. The square root of a number is the number you can multiply by itself to give you that number. For example, find the square root of 25. Remember that 5 squared is 25. So, the square root of 25 is 5. Thus, the square root of 4 is 2 because 2 squared is 4. The square root of 169 is 13 because 13 squared is 169. The square root of 0 is 0 because 0 squared is 0. How to find square roots of perfect squares up to 10,000? Here is the perfect squares. 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, and so on. It is easy to work out the square root of a perfect square, but it is really hard to work out another square roots. For example, what is the square root of 1444? How to get the square root of 1444? Step number 1, remembering unit digits. The unit digit is 4. 4 belongs to 2 and 8. Step number 2, cross out 2 digits from the rightmost digits of the number. Step number 3, deriving the nearest perfect square roots from remaining digits. The remaining digits is 14. The nearest square root of 14 is 3. Step number 4, what is the next number and multiply it. The next number after 3 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Step number 5, comparing top to the bottom. If top is smaller, choose the smaller unit digit. If top is bigger, choose the bigger unit digit. So we compare between 14 and 12. 14 is bigger than 12. So between 2 and 8, We choose 8. Why? Because 8 is bigger than 2. So the answer is 38. Find the square root of 1849. 9 is the unit digits of 3 and 7. Next, cross out 2 digits from the rightmost digits of the number. The remaining digit is 18. Now, what's the nearest square root of 18? It's 4. What is the next number after 4? It's 5. 4 times 5 is 20. Then compare top to the bottom. 18 is smaller than 20. So that between 3 and 7, you choose the smaller number. So the answer is 43. How to find the square root of 1296? 6 is the unit digits of 4 and 6. Next, cross out 2 digits from the rightmost digits of the number. Next, the nearest square root of 12 is 3. The next number after 3 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Because top and bottom are the same, so that you should count it one by one. The answer could be 34 squared or 36 squared. 34 squared equals 1156, while 36 squared equals 1296. So here is the answer. A perfect cube is a number which is equal to the number multiplied by itself 3 times. For example, 3 cubed. 3 times 3 times 3. 3 cubed is 27. A cube root goes the other direction. 3 cubed is 27, so the cube root of 27 is 3. Now take a look at this one. This is the radical symbol with a little tree to mean cube root. Now, how to find the cube root of 125? It's 5. Why? Because 5 is cubed, you get 125. It is easy to work out the cube root of a perfect cube, but it's hard to work out other cube roots. For example, find the cube root of 551,368. Look at the table. There are numbers, cubes, and unit digits. Unit digit is the rightmost digit of the number. For example, 1 cubed is 1, the unit digit is 1. 2 cubed is 8, so the unit digit is 8. 3 cubed is 27, so the unit digit is 7, and so on. Then how to find the cube root of 551,368? First, step number 1. Remembering unit digits. 8 is the unit digits of 2. Next, cross out 3 digits from the rightmost digits of the number. The last, deriving the nearest perfect cube root from remaining digits. The nearest cube root of 551 is 8. So the answer is 82. Next, find the cube root of 970,299. 9 is the unit digits of 9. Next, cross out 3 digits from the rightmost digits of the number. The last, Find the nearest cube root of 970. So the answer is 99. Volume flow rate is the volume of fluid which passes per unit time. The equation for the volume flow rate looks like this: V, Q, and T. V stands for volume. Q stands for volume flow rate, while T stands for time. To get the volume flow rate is volume divided by time. To get the volume is Q times T, and to get T is V divided by Q. A rectangle tank is a quarter filled with water as shown. It contains 2 liters of water. A. Find the height of the tank. B. Water flows into the tank at 3 liters per minute. How long will it take to fill the tank to the brim? Now, we should convert 2 liters into cubic cm. 1 liter is 1000 cubic cm, so 2 liters is 2000 cubic cm. How to get the volume? To get the volume is length times breadth times the height of the water level. The volume is 2000, the length is 10, and the breadth is 20. So the height of the water level is 2000 divided by 10 times 20 equals 10 cm. The tank is the quarter filled with water. 1 out of 4. Top number, this is the volume, while the bottom number, this is the capacity. So 1 unit is the height of the water level, 10 cm. How to get the height of the tank? It's 4 units. 4 times 10 equals 40 cm. B. Water flows into the tank at 3 liters per minute. How long will it take to fill the tank to the brim? Now we should find the height of the tank to be filled. The height of the tank is 40. The height of the water level is 10. So the difference between them is 30 cm. Next, find the volume of tank to be filled. Length times breadth times height. So 10 times 20 times 30 equals 6000 cubic cm. Remember how to get the rate. The rate is volume divided by the time taken. The rate is 3 liters per minute, while the volume is 6000 cubic cm. We should convert it into liters. Is 6 liters. Then the time taken is 6 divided by 3 equals 2 minutes. So it will take 2 minutes to fill the tank to the brim. Tap X is used to fill an empty rectangle tank as shown. Water flows from tap X at a rate of 600 cubic cm per minute. How long will it take to fill 3/4 of the tank with water? So now we should find the volume of water when the tank is 3/4 filled. So 3 out of 4 times 30 times 24 times 20. So 3 out of 4 times 14,400 cubic cm. The answer is 10,800 cubic cm. How to get the rate? Is volume divided by the time taken. Volume flow rate is 600 cubic cm per minute. while the volume is 10,800 cubic cm. Then how to get the time taken? 10,800 divided by 600. The answer is 18 minutes. How to get the surface area of a cuboid? 2 times length times height plus breadth times height plus length times breadth, or 2 times front plus side plus top. So for example over here, how to find the surface area of this cuboid? First, we should find the area of the front and back side of the cuboid. The front consists of the length and the height. Front and back, there are 2 sides. So 2 times 6 times 4 equals 48 square cm. Left and right side. The right side consists of the breadth and the height. So 2 times 4 times 4 equals 32 square cm. And the last, top and bottom. The top consists of the length and the breadth. 2 times 6 times 4 equals 48 square cm. So the total surface area of this cuboid is 48 plus 32 plus 48 equals 128 square cm. How to find the surface area of a cube? A cube consists of 6 square faces. Let's consider a cube whose length of the edges is A. Surface area of cube is the sum of areas of all the faces of cube that covers it. Remember, the formula to get the area of a square is side times side. A times A squared. Therefore, the total surface area of a cube is 6 times area of each side. 6 times A squared equals to 6A squared square unit. For example, this is a cube given a side of 3 cm. Find the surface area of the cube. So 6 times 3 squared, or 6 times 3 times 3. 6 times 9 is 54 square cm. The solid is made up of cubes of each 2 cm. A. Find the volume of the solid. B. If the solid is painted blue, find the total area which is painted blue. Take a look to the solid. There are 4 cubes on the bottom and 2 cubes on top. Therefore, the solid has a total of 6 cubes. How to get the volume of a cube? It's length times length times length. So 6 times 2 times 2 times 2, or 2 cubed. 6 times 8 is 48 cubic cm. Next, if the solid is painted blue, we should find the numbers of faces painted blue. We'll check the visible faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How about the invisible faces? The back side. There are 3 invisible faces. The left side. There are 4 invisible faces. And the bottom. There are 4 invisible faces. So in total, 11 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4. There are 22 faces. How to get the area of a square? It's length times length. So to get the total area, which is painted blue, is 22 times 2 times 2. 22 times 4, the answer is 88 square cm. The solid consists of 4 cubes. The total surface area of the solid is 162 square cm. Find the volume of the solid. The total surface area is 162. We should count how many faces are there. The visible faces: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now let's count the invisible faces. The left side. There are 2 invisible faces. The back. There are 4 invisible faces. And the bottom. There are 3 invisible faces. 9 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 is 18. 18 faces is 162. How to get the area of one face? Is 162 divided by 18. The answer is 9. The area of a square is 9. How to get the area of a square? Length times length. Then how to get the length? Find the square root of the area. So the length is the square root of 9 is 3. Then how to find the volume of the solid? To get the volume of a cube is length times length times length. How many cubes are there? There are 4 cubes. So 4 times 3 times 3 times 3. 4 times 27 equals 108 cubic cm. How many 2 cm cubes can fill the cuboid? If you give the answer by finding out the volume of cuboid, 6 times 11 times 8 is 528, and then find the volume of a 2 cm cube, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8 cubic cm, so that the number of cubes will be 528 divided by 8 is 66 cubes. This is a wrong calculation. Then how to get the correct answer? First, measure the length, breadth, and height of the container and the cube. This is the container. The length is 11, the breadth is 6, and the height is 8. And then here is a 2 cm cube. Now, divide the length, breadth, and height of the container with that of the cube respectively. The length of the container is 11 divided by the length of the cube, 2. 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. If the answer is in decimal, we should round it down the number. Equals 5. Why? Because if you make it into 6, there are gaps that cannot fit it by the cubes. Now, the breadth of the container is 6, divided by the breadth of the cube, 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And the last, the height of the container is 8, divided by the height of the cube, 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So that the number of cubes will be 5 times 3 times 4. The answer is 60 cubes.
That's all from me. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.